Hey guys, it's Tiffany from Bella Juicy Love. I hope you all had a really nice Memorial Day weekend and took some time out from your barbecuing and camping and all that good fun stuff to remember the men and women who made so many selfish sacrifices so that we could all have our freedoms. That is what it is all about. Anyway, I am here to share with you a not so mini album that I made following a tutorial from Kathy Orta at Paper Phenomenon. She had made a Christmas Folio album and I loved it. This is actually the second one that I've made. I made one for my daughter using the Once Upon a Time stack from Die Cuts with a View when her son, my grandson Elias, was first born, and it is just adorable. I should have brought it up to show you, but maybe I'll post that after this one. Anyway, this is for Elias's dad, Johnny. He'd been asking me to make him an album for a while, and I kind of kept putting it off because I am not good at anything masculine. If you want something blingy and pretty and flowery and pink, then I'm your girl, but anything to do with paper that's masculine, I really struggle with. I have a hard time with Father's Day cards and men's birthday cards and anything to do with masculinity. It's a challenge for me, so I was really happy with the way that this finally turned out after I took it out of the closet and stopped procrastinating on it. I used the Die Cuts with a View Tattered Time stack and also the Die Cuts with a View Timeless Type stack on the outside, and for the inside I also put in some Seven Gypsies Camden paper. There's a lot of reds and greens that kind of match this, so I wanted to pull out a little bit of color. For the cover, I also make jewelry, so I took some of my charms from my stash of jewelry supplies and put them on the cover just to give it a little bit of texture. I would use these in a bracelet or maybe a charm necklace or something like that. And I put just a little clock sticker here from Paper Studio, put a little brad in there. This is just a brad that I cut the back off, and I put a little bit of alcohol ink on it, but you can't really tell, so either way it still matched. And here I just took some gears and some cogs, stacked them up and put them together with some brads. And the corner I have some paper keys that I put some glossy accents on just to give it a little bit of stability, and I ripped a little piece right there, so I'll just throw some alcohol ink on the back of that and we'll be good to go. For my closure, I used a piece of corrugated aluminum and I ran it through my Big Shot with a Tim Holtz vintage embossing, a little embosslet, and then I put some alcohol inks on it and some distress ink and sanded. I let it dry overnight and then I sanded the cogs just to kind of pop them up a little bit. I used just regular Tim Holtz paper string for the closure, and I just tied, I call them M&M buttons. They're just little flat buttons that I use when I make jewelry as little fillers, and I thought that would be cute just to kind of hold the strings together on the end. And it would not be me if I did not put a little bit of bling on there, so here is just a tiny bit of bling, and I did put some alcohol ink on it and slate because it was really bright, just to tone it down a little bit, but bling is kind of my signature, so it needed to be on there. So, and for the back, before we get to the inside, I just kept the back nice and plain. I just used one piece of paper and distressed the sides. I put some alcohol ink between the papers, here, and cut those little rulers from the stack to make the edge there. Okay, and I apologize for the angle of this and also for the lawnmowers outside. I have a new tripod and right now it is not my friend. It is just, I'm ready to scale it out the window. That's how much we're not getting along right now. So I do apologize for the angle, but I also needed it to kind of be at a funky angle because it's so big when it opens up. And as far as the lawnmowers, there's not much I can do about that. My neighbors decided that, you know, when the sun goes down, that's always a good time to mow their lawns, so I think I see like 3 or 4 people outside mowing their lawns right now, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's get to the inside. It opens up very, very big. as you can see. There's lots and lots of room for pictures and journaling and just whatever you want to put in here. It is not thick. There's not a lot of room for chunky stuff, embellishments, probably not even a lot of room for keepsakes unless they're like tickets or ticket stubs or something like that. This is mainly for pictures. So each side flips out, and on each side I've tried to keep them relatively the same. I just use this little curly Q paper clip here to put some tags that I cut out of the stack, and I cut a little banner from scraps on the top and the bottom just to hold those in there. And then this section here, sorry if I'm out of frame, like I said, my tripod and I are having issues. I just made some little cards and cut these from the paper stack just for photos and journaling. And then the top, this top pocket actually goes from here all the way to the bottom, so if you wanted you could put a really long tag here, but I did not. I just put one big tag there, and that's from I think that might be the Seven Gypsies. I don't know. But anyway, I do know that this is Seven Gypsies, and I love this piece of paper. I've made just a plain old card out of just this piece of paper before, and I love that. Here I made just a little book that I cut. This is mostly from scraps from the paper stack. There's a whole page in one of them. I don't know if it's the Tattered Time or the Timeless Type Stack. That is nothing but these little Polaroids that you can cut out, and they're different shapes and sizes. You can cut them out to be individual, or you can cut them and fold them like a little book, and they're so cute. Down here it's shiny, like it's embossed a little bit, and I just thought those were just darling. So here I had to put a little fleur-de-lis because, like an idiot, I didn't put my closure on, so when I screwed this knob in, it made a hole through the back, and it looked really, really silly with the screw there, so I just put this little fleur-de-lis there to cover it up, and it worked out perfectly. So this side is pretty much the same. The little flapper door opens up here. I put a little spinner brad, and the little curly Q clip here, and this opens, and again I just put some tags that I cut out. This is from Seven Gypsies. This is the back side of the other paper that's on the other side, and here's what I used to cover up my little hole, a little sparrow bird, and again some tags that I cut from the collection, and another little book. I think it's pretty much the same. Yep, it's the same as the other, minus the ruler because I didn't have any scraps left. And then this middle section, I took these little these are charms that I used from my jewelry stash, and I just sandwiched two pieces of paper together, little scraps mostly, and put one of these on there to pull out for pullouts, and I love those. I have tons and tons of these, and I'm so happy to finally be able to use them. I do use them a lot for my jewelry, but I think that they just make this really, really come together, so I like those. I just put some chipboard here and here. Those are, I think they're me and my big ideas. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think they're me and my big ideas chipboard pieces. So, and this opens up, and here I need to still make a photo mat that can pull in and out for this, but this does fit an 8x10 picture. I cut these little dominoes out from the stack and popped them up on foam dots on the side so you could slide the photos or photo mat in there. And then this opens up, so at the top here you can put another 8x10 or 5x7s or whatever you want to do, or you could just leave it plain. It is cute. And then on the inside, there we go. On the inside, I made, for this big pocket, I made two large photo mats that this one fits an 8x10 and this one fits an 8x10 also. It is a little bit bigger, but and I also I gave myself a little wiggle room in here. On the tutorial, you really have to follow the directions for this part to a T. If you don't, then your stuff is not going to fit. So I made a little bigger gusset on the sides, just so that if they wanted to stick more photos in here or something a little bigger, that they would have the room to do that. So, and then there's four little pockets here, and these I cut out of my Cricut, the little postage stamp tags, and I don't remember which cartridge I used. I think it might have been Wild Card or Spring Holiday Cards. It's an older cartridge. It's one of those though. And then down here I just cut out a bunch of scraps from these are those Polaroids again, so cute. I stamped on the back so you can use those for journaling and put little pictures on the front here. And I love this little file folder piece of paper, and I used the scrap from the 7 Gypsies on the back. And this was just a scrap also that worked out to be a cute little tag. And there's also a page in there that's nothing but tickets. So I just took this little thing and folded it up and crumpled up some tickets and put some paper on the back for little journaling. And some more little tags here. Nothing special, but cute. And then for this piece, to hold those all in, I just took a piece of paper, a ruler scrap, and put some, yep, I cannot think of what those are called, eyelets, grommets, whatever. I put some of those on there just to hold it in place, and I thought it was really cute and held these really nicely. So I do hope that he likes it. I think he knows what a challenge this was for me, because he's seen the other things I make, and you know, he knows that I don't make masculine stuff. I also made this little piece out of scraps, a little book type tag in the back, and Elias hasn't had his first haircut yet, so maybe they can put a little scrap of his hair in there when he does. So, and to close it, you can close it this way and have the pockets fold in and then close the whole thing, or you can close the little tabs first and then this and fold it in that way. Either way, it folds up very nicely. It's nice and sleek and compact, and I really hope he likes it, and I hope you like it also. And that is all. I'll see you next time. Bye!